Alright, bro. KD got some files dropped on him. KD was in the Epstein Heems. Damn, Kev Damn, Kev Mickey gang. Let's see the Kevin Durant files, good. I done missed a lot of shit. KD got some files dropped on his bitch ass. Where the Curry files at, good? Damn, why this taking all day?
You can give up one thing for the rest of your life. I'm gonna go Twitter. Because they don't deserve it.
How do you describe Kevin Durant? What's going on with his personality? This guy seems obsessed with social media. I can't believe he's still doing this burner account thing.
Kevin Durant might have just...
Nigga, what the message say? That's KD?
Seems obsessed with social media. I can't believe he's still doing this burner account thing.
Kevin Durant might have just ruined everything. I mean, look, I give this man all of his respect. He's a 15-time All-Star, a 2-time NBA champion, a 2-time Finals MVP. The man has one of the most effortless jump shots in the history of basketball. At 37 years old, he's still averaging 25.8 points per game on the Houston Rockets this season. He's shooting over 50% from the field. He ranks 3rd in the entire NBA in minutes per game. And no one's really talking about this because LeBron James is also defying father time, but what Kevin Durant is currently doing is amazing. During All-Star Weekend, while every other star in the league was laughing and having a good time at the festivities in LA, Kevin Durant was caught on camera and the look on his face tells you everything you gotta know. He was glued to his phone.
I done forgot about the All-Star game, all type of shit, bruh.
Pacing around the court, looking stressed.
Them days off your phone
the
be
internet was in the
refreshing.
middle of exposing what they believe is Kevin Durant's latest burner account. This isn't just him defending his legacy against some fan. The messages here are really, really bad. I'm talking about leaked group chat messages where this account is allegedly trashing his own teammates, calling his franchise player
I'm gonna turn the ball over with this shitty team. I don't give a fuck. Your franchise player can't shoot or defend. That's a way bigger issue than my time. Remember, these guys are your future.
out by name, saying he can't trust guys.
Imagine seeing this and KD on your team, and KD on your team, and you see this shit. I wonder how that locker room looking good.
To make a shot, comparing his
Two dictators stealing in Hitler. Boy,
former teammates
nigga
to
named Get Off My Dickerson. Hey, boy!
literal dictators, and even saying he'd be better off on the Charlotte Hornets than the Houston Rockets. Bro, Kevin Durant just got on the Houston Rockets and he's already trying to jump ship to a different team. Now here's the thing, nothing has been confirmed. Kevin Durant hasn't said a word about this, but the evidence that fans have put together is wild, and we're about to break all of this down because this isn't even the first time Kevin Durant has been caught up in a burner situation. This is like his 3rd time, and that history is exactly what makes this thing so believable to so many people. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody?
Gang, I hate niggas that be so YouTube.
If you know,
bro. You do not gotta do all that, nigga. Talk regular, bitch ass nigga. KD is so digital to him, he probably the dog pound on himself from the third person right now because he wants to chop it up with that bitch.
anything about Kevin Durant, you know this man lives on Twitter. Like, genuinely lives there. He's one of the most active NBA superstars on social media, and he has been for over a decade. KD doesn't have a filter. He'll respond to a fan with 12 followers at 2 in the morning arguing about whether he's better than LeBron. He'll get into it with media members. He'll drop takes about other players. The man does not care. And honestly, for a while, that was kind of refreshing. In an era where every player has a PR team scripting their tweets, KD was just being himself. Look at how
Singleen fucking sucks, bro. Selling my damn parlays, weak ass nigga. One day he'll drop 30, the next day his ass dropping 10. That his ass is D-Lo on that court, gang.
PR trained LeBron James is when he is asked about one of the most sensitive topics in the world right now.
If I have fans over there, I've never been there. If I have fans over there, then, you know, I hope you have been following my career. I hope I inspire people over there to not only want to be great in sports, but I want you to be better in general in life. So hopefully someday I can make it over there.
The guy knows how to deflect every controversial topic and question that he gets asked. And what I'm saying is Kevin Durant is pretty much the opposite. He's typically himself. But the problem with Kevin Durant on social media is that being himself sometimes means saying stuff that gets him in serious trouble. And the first time it blew up in a really big way was back in September of 2017. Let me give you a history lesson. Here's what happened. KD had just won his first championship with the Golden State Warriors. He was the finals MVP. He left the OKC Thunder the summer before, and everybody had clowned him for joining a 73-win team. The narrative was that he took the easy way out, that he couldn't beat him, so he joined them. And even though he won a championship, the criticism didn't stop. People were still coming for him every single day. So one night, a Twitter user named Cole Cashwell tweeted at KD asking him what his motives were for leaving OKC other than getting a championship. Pretty standard stuff. But what happened next was one of the most embarrassing moments in NBA social media history. KD responded to this fan, and what he said was insane. He said he didn't like the organization or playing for Billy Donovan. His roster wasn't that good. It was just him and Russ. Read that again. He didn't like the organization.
Nigga tweeted off his regular account. Hey.
Third person. The internet immediately figured out what happened. KD meant to post that from a burner account, not his real one. He accidentally tweeted from the wrong account, and in doing so, he confirmed what a lot of people had suspected for a very long time. KD had secret accounts that he used to anonymously defend himself online. The whole thing went viral instantly, memes everywhere. People were calling it Tweetgate. Sports outlets were running segments on it, and it became one of the most defining NBA moments that had absolutely nothing to do with basketball. Here you have a guy who finally won an NBA championship, who was the finals MVP, one of the best scorers to ever play the game, and he's spending his free time creating fake accounts to argue with strangers on the internet.
Man, this ring don't fucking count. Look at this bitch ass nigga, gang. You let this nigga come to your crib and take your crib over. You let him come to your crib and sleep in your bed and fuck Aisha, gang, while you watched Curry a cup for this championship, gang. You not winning shit. This don't count, gang. This ring don't count, cuz.
About his own legacy. KD eventually addressed
that fake ass smile, gang. That ring don't count. Curry got one ring, gang. On me, 2022.
Did at the 2017 TechCrunch Disrupt event. He said he took it too far.
I do have another Instagram account, but that's just for my friends and family, so I wouldn't say I was using that to clap back at anybody, but I use Twitter to engage with the fans. But I happen to take it a little too far, and that's what happens sometimes when I get into these basketball debates, or, you know, what I really love is just to play basketball. I went a little too far. I don't regret clapping back at anybody or talking to my fans on Twitter. I do regret using my former coach's name and that former organization that I played for. That was childish, that was idiotic, all those type of words. I regret doing that, and I apologize to him.
I ain't addressing shit, gang. I ain't addressing shit, cuz. If I'm caught, bro, I'm caught. I'ma be on some Cardi shit, man. I'm not saying shit, gang.
For doing that.
He said he doesn't regret clapping back at fans, but admitted he went overboard defending his OKC exit. He later told GQ that he'd woken up from a nap and forgot to log out of his main account. Most people would have been embarrassed. They would have deleted their burners. They would have never done something like this again, and they would have moved on with their life. Not KD. In 2019, he went on ESPN's The Boardroom and straight up admitted that he used burner accounts.
I wanted a place where I could talk to my friends without anybody just butting in my conversations or taking everything out of context, because I enjoyed that place.
How'd you come up with that idea, though? Were you like, yo, I'm just going to create this account, I'm going to start going?
Yeah, I mean, I had an Instagram account that I just used for
nigga, that's not a hard idea, gang. Make another account.
Friends and family, and just turned over to Twitter.
But he old though, me, Jay Will.
It's a cool place for me to just be me instead of worrying about Bleacher Report or Barstool, just mixing up anything I want to say to CJ or my friends from back home, you know. I guess I try to live a normal life out in the public, I guess.
Then in 2020, he went on the All the Smoke podcast on Showtime and doubled down.
I didn't like to use a burner phone. I would have said, F it, I'm Kevin Durant, I'm going to cuss you out. You talk some shit, I'm going to talk some shit. I'm going to speak my mind.
I'm still going to do the burner thing.
I'm still gonna do that. There's some shit that you just gotta be
But
like,
I'm saying-
these folks don't always.
He told Alex Rodriguez on the Corp podcast that same year that I still have burners that I use for sure. And honestly, at the time, people kind of let it go. They laughed about it. KD leaned into the joke. When Meta launched Threads in 2023, he literally tweeted from his verified account, "On Threads with a burner, come find me." It became part of his brand. KD's a burner guy. It became a meme and he became the butt of the joke. But here's where it gets really bad. Those burners weren't just used to talk with friends. He wasn't just innocently defending his legacy. Those burners were used for something way more sinister that can alter Kevin Durant's reputation and his career for the rest of his life. Alright, so let's get into how this whole thing started. It's February 15th, 2026, All-Star Weekend in Inglewood, California. KD is about to play in his 16th All-Star game. Everything is supposed to be celebratory, but Kevin Durant, being Kevin Durant, is on Twitter. He gets into an exchange with a fan about the end.
No, this one better, I ain't gonna lie. This better. That shit ass, this shit ass though.
NBA's redesigned trophies. It's pretty harmless stuff. KD says that the trophies look fine. The fan disagrees. Standard Twitter back and forth. But then a user named Pranav Sriraman jumps in and flips the whole conversation. Instead of talking about trophies, he starts pressing KD about his investment in a drone company called NSHIIDOE, which had reportedly sold drones to the IDF. Pranav hits KD with, "They look cheap and
I'm
uncreative."
not responding
There,
to
I
his
answered your
bitch
question.
ass.
Here's my question about NSHIIDOE, a drone company you invested in, selling to the IDF, or will you stick to your brand of deflecting and ducking? KD doesn't respond. Crickets. But the thread keeps going, and that's when another user named BasedFrog23 enters the chat and drops what would become the bombshell of All-Star Weekend. He replies asking if KD will address the burner account under the handle @GetHigher77, calling out how all of KD's friends appear to be in a group chat connected to the account and how the user has been trashing his teammates in those chats. And then the screenshots stop dropping one by one, and they don't.
Shit, Jabari be cashing my parlays. I don't know what the fuck KD talking about. That nigga be cashing my shit. Hey. He be cashing my shit.
Stop. Within hours, the account goes private, but the damage is already done. The internet has seen everything. Before we get into what these messages actually say,
Dang, we can't see the fucking message.
we need to talk about why fans are so convinced that
I'm not looking at this video because I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, going on Twitter and searching and destroying for this shit, gang. I would have went live, but on me.
this account belongs to Kevin Durant. Because even though nothing is confirmed, people have put together some pretty compelling circumstantial evidence. The first piece of evidence is the owl. The account @GetHigher77 uses an owl as both its profile picture and banner image. And here's where it gets interesting. KD's verified account @KDTray5 tweeted that same exact owl gif back on February 9th, 2021. The burner account was created in August of 2021, just a few months later, using that same owl image. Is it possible a random fan took that image and used it? Sure. But the connection is there and fans noticed it immediately. Evidence number 2 is the shared block list. An account called @CGBBurner, also known as Can't Guard Book, which is a pretty well-known Suns fan account, posted that they're blocked by KD on both his verified account and the alleged burner account. Think about that. If the burner was just some random fan, why would it have the same people blocked as KD's real account? That's a pretty suspicious overlap. The third piece of evidence is the inner circle. The people in the group chats connected to this account reportedly include individuals from KD's inner circle, private coaches, league friends, people who would have access to behind the scenes basketball information. The account didn't have a huge following, only about 75 followers, and it was set to private, which is exactly what you would expect from someone trying to keep their burner under the radar. And then there's the player perspective. This is the one that really seals the deal for a lot of people. The messages themselves sound exactly like Kevin Durant. The tone, the frustration, the specific references to plays, coaches, and teammates. The account talks about things from a first-person player perspective. Stuff like, coach called that play to pass to Alpi, and every time out he got me sitting in the corner. These are not takes a random fan would have. These are things someone who is actually on the court would say. And evidence number 5 is KD's own admissions. We already know KD has burner accounts. He's admitted it multiple times on All the Smoke in 2020, on the Court podcast, and in his 2019 boardroom interview. And as recently as October 2025, he went on the Pivot podcast and talked about using social media as a quick release for his emotions that he doesn't want bottled up.
Yeah, I see these comments and I see when people say different things. It's hard not to see it, but I don't want to build up all of this hate towards.
Gang, you got the hate, gang. Look at his face, cuz. KD, you got the hate, bitch, gang. You got it. You should never went to the Warriors, gang. You lucky I don't be trolling your bitch ass no more, cuz. On me. This your favorite player? On a burner account, gang. On me.
You know, media or fans or like, so I just say what I feel in the moment. And
so when you add all of that up, the owl picture, the shared blocked accounts, the inner circle connections, the first person player perspective, and the fact that Kevin Durant has openly admitted to using burners for years, it's really hard for people to just wave this off as a troll. Is there a chance this is all fake and some dedicated fan created an elaborate roleplay account? Absolutely. But the court of public opinion has already made its ruling. And now we get to the messages, and these are really bad.
About
time. You guys
time.
right now, some of this stuff is rough because if these messages are real, KD went after everybody. His
Let me
current
see the
teammates,
messages.
former teammates, coaches, everyone. Let's start with his current Rockets teammates. The account posted about Alperen Şengün, who is Houston's franchise center, their all-star this year, the guy who just replaced Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the all-star game, and the supposed future of the franchise. The message said, coach called that play to pass to Alpi, LOL.
How many times you gonna search? You showed this message how many times, and now you want to put a disclaimer, gang? I'm damn near for to cut this video off, but I'm nosy than a bitch, and I want to see the KD files. So, gang, show me some different messages, little bro. Fuck.
Over with this team. I don't care. Your franchise player can't shoot or defend. That's a way bigger issue than my turnovers. Remember, these guys are your future. Then it gets worse. About Jabari Smith Jr., the second overall pick in 2022, who Houston drafted to be a cornerstone piece, the account wrote, I can't trust Jabari to make a shot or get a stop, and then used a slur to describe him. This is a 22-year-old.
Now you want to block it out when you already showed it in the beginning, gang.
Kid that the Rockets literally traded for Durant to come mentor. The whole reason Houston brought KD in was to help develop players like Jabari Smith Jr. and Alperen Şengün and Amen Thompson. And allegedly behind closed doors, he's in group chats calling them out like this. And it didn't stop at the Rockets. The account even said that the Hornets have better young players than
You already showed me this, bitch.
Houston, and that he'd be better on Charlotte than on the Rockets. It's just so funny how the grass is always greener on the other side for Kevin Durant. He just got to Houston, a team that finished second in the Western Conference last year, and he's already looking at the streaking Charlotte Hornets. But it gets even worse. Let me walk you through what the account allegedly said about KD's former teammates, because nobody was safe. Let's start with Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Remember, KD spent about 2 seasons in Phoenix, and apparently that experience left some scars. The account compared Booker and former Suns head coach Frank Vogel to dictators, and not just any dictators. The message said 2 dictators, Stalin and Hitler, Mussolini and Kim Jong-un. I mean, come on, that is insane. The account also said the Suns are my team when we lose and Book's team when we win, which honestly gives you a pretty clear window into the frustration because that's something only a player would feel. When the team wins, Booker gets the credit. When they lose, it all falls on KD. KD. Then there's Kyrie Irving. KD and Kyrie were supposed to be the dynamic duo in Brooklyn. They chose to team up together, but there were times where things got a little weird.
In my past life, like I said, I was you. I was you. I was you. What you are now, that's what I'm up here. Same mentality.
They brought in James Harden to form a super team, but injuries, Kyrie's controversies, and team dysfunction blew that whole thing up. The account said something along the lines of Kyrie being on his best behavior around the European, referring to Luka Doncic in Dallas, but treating his own people, meaning KD, like they owe him something. That's a pretty deep cut if you think about it. KD is essentially saying Kyrie was a different person around Luka than he was around him. Then we get to Russell Westbrook, and this one might be the funniest, even though it's disrespectful. The account
But that light skin and that triple-double cocaine bird was. He talking about Curry bitch ass.
referred to Russ as a triple-double cocaine bear. I'm not even gonna lie, that's an absolutely wild thing to call somebody. In context, the account was comparing how OKC Russ passed the ball more than whoever they were talking about currently. One chat member pointed out that Russ averaged a triple-double that year, which is true. Russ averaged 31.6 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 10.4 assists in the 2016-17 season.
Them some good ass numbers.
And the account basically dismissed it like it meant nothing. The Steph Curry and Golden State messages are interesting too. The account said, I started holding Steph accountable in film and people looked at me like this, with a meme attached of someone looking confused. The implication being that KD tried to hold Curry accountable in film sessions and the Warriors organization didn't take kindly to it. Another message said something about how if you don't screen and pass up shots for Steph, you're getting waived, which honestly feeds into the narrative that KD has kind of hinted at before, that the Warriors system was always Steph's system, everyone else was just there to support it. There was also a comment about Steve Kerr that referenced the time Michael Jordan punched Kerr, which is a wild thing to bring up in a group chat. Now, this is all consistent with how Kevin Durant felt about Golden State. If you remember in his podcast with Draymond Green a couple of years ago, he mentioned the reason he left Golden State was because everything about the Draymond Green and Kevin Durant situation was swept under the rug and they never spoke about their problems openly. But the funniest part of all is what he said about Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, of all people, got a shout out here. The account allegedly said, I swear I miss Ben Simmons. At least that dude would give me the ball. When Ben Simmons is the guy that you're nostalgic about, that's when you know things are bad. But it also tells you something about KD's frustration. In Brooklyn, Simmons was widely criticized for refusing to shoot. But apparently from KD's perspective, at least he was willing to share the ball. And about James Harden, the account described him as slightly delusional, but I understand him, which is actually one of the tamer takes in this whole leak, but still not something you want to say about a former teammate. Now here's where this whole thing gets even more wild, because while these screenshots were going viral, KD was physically at the All-Star game, and cameras caught everything.
Bro, how many times is you gonna tell me this shit, gang? He milking the fuck out of this, boy.
Dapping each other up and enjoying the atmosphere. KD looked like a man who just found out his secrets were all over the internet, because, well, they were. There's one clip in particular that went super viral where a staff member tries to redirect KD and you can see him force this strained smile before turning away. It's the kind of body language that screams, I know something bad is happening right now and I'm trying to hold it together. Multiple fan accounts shared clips of him constantly checking his phone throughout the entire night, even while seated on the bench in his warm-ups, and his actual performance in the All-Star game reflected the distraction. KD finished the night with just 12 points across all 3 mini games, shooting 5 of 15 from the field in 28 minutes. For a guy who's averaging 25.8 points per game this season, for
I
a
straight
15-time
forgot the
All-Star
All-Star weekend was going on. That's how you know that shit ain't talking about shit. But then again, I wasn't even on my phone. I'm on the bricks. KD ass done got caught.
In the championship game, he failed to score a single point in 6 minutes and missed all 4 of his shots. His team got demolished 47-21 in the final. Was it just a bad day? Maybe. All-Star games aren't exactly known for giving maximum effort, but the timing is impossible to ignore. While everyone else is having fun at the biggest NBA party of the year, KD looked like a man watching his world burn in real time. Now I gotta be fair here. talk trash. This man will respond to a fan account with one of the leaked images in crime, especially when you subscribe, so maybe I...
Man, shut your bitch ass up. You got this prize pick shirt on and they ass on there scamming, gang.
They didn't invite your boy,
fuck?
so make sure you subscribe, so maybe I...
Nigga got this scamming ass shirt on.
could end up there in the future. Count is Kevin Durant or not, the damage is already done. Break. Fourth in the West.
I'm cutting half this video up, gang. Look, he just dropped another one 4 minutes ago, gang. Watch, it's the same shit.
I know you gotta ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense. My teammates know what it is. We've been locked in the whole season. Enjoyed our break. We had great practice today.
So this is an issue now where it doesn't take much to convince people that Kevin Durant has a burner.
It only took a couple of days for this entire Kevin Durant situation to get way worse. If you saw our video breaking down the original leaked group chat messages from All-Star Weekend, Smith Jr. can't be trusted. Devin Booker and finally opened his mouth. Because in my last video, I said Kevin Durant is notorious for not giving media-trained responses. And in this particular...
Literally no. Dude, I'm getting tired of your voice. Oh, I thought it was raining. I have to say what the fuck.
Is what the burner count saying true?
No. Gil, do you have any group chats with like your former teammates, friends or whatever the case may be? You got group chats, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I got group chats.
Okay. Well, how many of those group chats do you talk bad about, your other friends or your ex-teammates or
inside the group chat?
Inside the group chat. You're not saying it to the people's face, but just inside the group chat.
Well, I mean, there never be another group chat that doesn't have the person that I'm talking about in it.
You got a group chat with Brandon, but not Nick, right?
Yeah, that would be the concept of it. To talk shit about Nick, and then have one with Nick that then talk shit about Brandon. I mean, who does that?
Who does that?
Yeah, who does that? Who does that? Nobody does that.
Apparently Kevin Durant does. Apparently Kevin Durant does.
Hey, they gonna be on they gonna be on that show. Hey, I gotta look at that. That shit gonna be hella funny. The KD files, gang.
It's just in, Kevin Durant has been making headlines on social media as some are alleging that an X account that has made disparaging comments about some of KD's current and past teammates is in fact one of Durant's burners. Today, KD was asked about those posts.
Kevin, there was allegations of the All-Star that you used a burner account to disparage current and former teammates. The handle for the burner was @GetHigher77. Is that your account? Did you send the messages?
I know you gotta ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense. I'm just here to focus on the season, keep it pushing.
Hey, his ass got caught. But is KD lying though? I don't know. I ain't really watched basketball this season, bro. This season ass, bro. Yeah, that's dead. Fuck that mission. Oh,
all right, so Durant says the Rockets are locked in and he doesn't want to get into all this. So, Shump, is it time to just move along here?
Yeah, I think you just, like he said, put it on the back burner. Let's finish out the rest of the season. I mean, it's entertainment for us, right? It's probably funny. You get to read a couple tweets. Let's all laugh about it. But at the end of the day, he's still 7 feet with a jump shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's get to what's real and what's fake. I think that right now.
All right, man, that's the KD files, I think, bro. If I miss anything, bro, I'm gonna just go live and y'all can just tell me about that little shit. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, we all know KD ain't shit, gang. KD backdoor as fuck, bro. We all know this, bro. We all know this, gang. But shit, this y'all favorite player, though. I'm gone.